So hello guys, I've taken ICAR examination on 27th, 29th of August 2022. So assistant examination, as you all know, and my exam was on the second shift. Okay. So in this video, I really want to talk about the difficulty level of the exam and how much I scored in the exam. But you can see how much I scored. Like I calculated my score manually, so I'm scoring 112.67. So that is after calculating all these marks. And what will be the next date for second stage of examination? And how should you prepare for the second stage of examination? How should you prepare for the second stage of examination? And what is the expected cutoff? So this expected cutoff is something is very difficult to predict. Okay, but we'll look at a couple of things and try to sort of analyze the paper, and I will give you a rough idea what I think should be the expected cutoff. Okay, this may be more, this may be less, I'm not quite sure. Okay, so yeah, that's about it. Okay, so if you can see the paper, this is the first question of my paper. Okay, so the first question is like you need to identify what is the fourth image. So the answer is 2. I've also marked answer 2. Okay, but the thing is that I took some amount of time to figure it out what is the exact answer, because if you can see, if you have given exams like SSC and other exams, because the pattern is very similar to SSC, not similar to bank exam. In SSC exam, these sort of questions are very easy. You can just see and mark the answer. So you can probably take like 5 to 10 seconds to answer this question in SSC exam. But in this exam, these questions are slightly time consuming. You need at least 15 seconds to check the question and then go back to the answer option. Then there is something called the drag, scroll down option. So you have to scroll down with your mouse, and all these things you need to do to answer this sort of question. So the first thing is the paper is time consuming. Okay, paper is time consuming. There is no doubt about it. And the second thing is the most talked about section, so is quant. So I will come back to I will come to quant later, but let me talk about the easy section. And I think the most easiest section of this paper was English section. Yeah, this is the English section. You can see my English section. Like I have marked a chosen answer 1, and answer 1 is the correct answer. Like I have chosen answer 3 is the correct answer. And I'm just showing all these things. I have chosen 3, and 3 also is the correct answer. So in English section, I'm scoring 24 marks out of 25 marks. Okay, you can see that. So so basically, I think the English section is the most easiest section of this exam, and you need to capitalize in this section. So the thing is, for a correct answer, for one correct answer, you are getting 2 marks. So it doesn't really matter which sections you are choosing. You are getting this marks for maths, you are getting this marks for English, you're getting this mark for reasoning, doesn't really matter. You want these 2 marks. Okay, kahan se bhi aaye, aapko bas 2 marks chahiye. And another thing is, now if you can see the question of the English section, even after a long discussion, the meeting remained, and you can see the options: incompatible, never; inconvertible, never; incomparable. So the answer is very obvious, is inconclusive. So the English section is not only easy and very scoring. Okay. So one thing we are pretty sure right now, that English is easy, reasoning is time consuming, and GK, if you know, I will say GK is moderate, and maths, I will say maths is difficult, tough. So I have seen a lot of people saying maths is moderate, but I don't think maths is moderate. Math is absolutely difficult. Why I'm saying this? Because I have taken CAT and other exams also. So it's not that I have not seen difficult questions, but in this exam, you have close to 20 to 22 minutes for the 25 question in maths. And if I can show you questions of math, like I have also not attempted most of the question in math, so I have skipped most of the question. So if I can show you one of the questions like this question. So I've answered this question, and you can see in this question there is one layer of it and there is another layer of it. So there are 2 to 3 layers in one question. So it, how much you try, it will take at least 1.5 minutes. Okay, 1.5 minutes to answer these questions. And also this question, see this question, 1.4, 2.4, 6, 1.2, 1.8, all these questions are calculation intensive. So maths is the difficult section as per my knowledge, and there is no denial of the fact that maths is difficult. Okay, now let's talk about the cutoff. Okay, now see, we have 462 seats. This is the one parameter to consider before predicting cutoff. Now the second parameter to consider before predicting cutoff is whether there is one stages or multiple stages. There are 3 stages. First CBT 1, then CBT 2, and then there is some document verification or some other is there. Some other round is also there. So there are 3 rounds. First round is only qualifying, and the marks will be second and third round will be added. So for that reason, if I'm assuming like 462, and they will take something like 20 times students, at least 20 times students, they might take more than 20 20 students. So I'm assuming like at least 20 students they will take. Okay, so how much this is? 4, 12, 9. Okay, so 9240 students. This is the candidate they will select from the stage 1. And how much candidate appear for the exam? I don't have exact figure, so I think close to 1 to 1.5 lakh candidates. A lot of candidates did not appear for the exam, so I'm assuming 1 to 1.5 lakh, maybe 2 lakhs, close to 2 lakhs, but not more than that. I think candidates appear for the exam. Now, if you compare with SSC. In SSC, the cutoff was close to 130. I'm not quite sure the figure, but 130 was the cutoff this year. Okay, and the number of the applicants were more, and the number of the seats were also more. Okay, and this paper is definitely difficult than SSC. So I'm predicting the cutoff close to. So if you are scoring anything 105 marks, then you are safe. I will say you are safe. Now then 105 marks comes with a caveat like +5 and -5. So if you are scoring 110 marks maximum range or scoring 100 marks, you are safe. You are safe. Your raw score is this, then you are safe, absolutely safe. These are safe score. Now taking normalization into consideration. Okay, now if you are from someone from shift 2 or shift 4, which is slightly difficult shift from shift 1 and shift 3, then if your score is close to like 94 or 95, then you can expect that you will clear the cutoff. So if you are from shift 2 or shift 4, I will say 94, 95 minimum you can expect. And if you are from a rest of the shift, 100 to 110 is something you will definitely clear the cutoff. Now the expected date. So the exam, the exam procedure is pretty fast. They release the answer key very quickly. So I'm expecting the result in next 10 to 15 days, not more than 20 days. So less than equal to 20 days, they will release the cutoff and all, and then they will release the next exam date. Because when you try to select the next exam date, a lot of things need to consider, like what other exams you have, do you have slots and all these things you need to consider. So 10 to 15 days you need to wait, then they will release the result. So the next thing is what we need to do right now. So my suggestion to you is focus on the other exam. Focus on the other exam you have. Okay. Why I'm saying this? Because what has happened has happened. You cannot change. Okay. So if you are preparing for SSC, then let's start preparing for SSC 2022. If you are a bank aspirant, then you have multiple exam lined up. So keep preparing for those exams. So जो आपने एग्जाम दे दिया है उसके बारे में मत सोचिए, जो एग्जाम आगे आने वाला है उसके लिए प्रिपेयर, बस यही कर सकते हैं हम। इसके बारे में अगर हम दिमाग खराब करेंगे तो भी कुछ नहीं होगा, जो होना था हो गया। ओके, इसके बारे में भूल जाइए, नेक्स्ट एग्जाम के लिए प्रिपेयर कीजिए। And one last suggestion I want to give is to go through, if you are selected for CVT, to go through this paper very diligently. If you have followed the T1 paper, that is ICAR Technician 1 ka paper, then you will find that maths question and more or less similar. Technician 1 में भी difficult question आए थे maths के, but maths question इस पेपर के साथ बहुत ही similar थे. आप टेक्स्ट बुक में जाके और किसी अदर प्लेटफॉर्म में जाके जहाँ पे क्वेश्चन अवेलेबल है आप चेक कर सकते हैं पीडीएफ के साथ. देखिए आपको मतलब आप देख पाएंगे कि मैथ्स क्वेश्चन बहुत सिमिलर है. the things they have asked is quite similar. So आप टेक्नीशियन 1 का क्वेश्चन प्रैक्टिस कीजिए, आप असिस्टेंट का क्वेश्चन प्रैक्टिस कीजिए, और आप कैलकुलेशन थोड़ा प्रैक्टिस कीजिए, बिकॉज ऑल द क्वेश्चन आर कैलकुलेशन इंटेंसिव. देखिए every question 4.5 4.8 4.5 4.1, I mean you have to do calculations. And at the same time, long question, not a single line, 1 2 3 4 line questions. So don't be afraid of long question. If you, and one last thing I want to tell you, that if the paper is difficult for you, paper is difficult for everyone. अगर आपके लिए difficult है तो सबके लिए difficult है. Difficult paper में आपको कम question accuracy के साथ attempt करना होता है ताकि आपका selection हो. So I have showed my answer key and how much I have scored and all these things. तो मैंने मैनुअली कैलकुलेट किया, आप देख सकते हैं. देखिए ऑप्शन 2 है, ऑप्शन 2 है, लाइक मतलब ऑप्शन 1 है, ऑप्शन 1 है, एकदम जैसा जैसा आ रहा है. ऑप्शन 4 है. तो जीके में मुझे कुछ कुछ क्वेश्चन आ रहे था तो मैंने कर दिया. तो ओके ऑप्शन 4 है, 4 है. मैंने थोड़ा आइडिया लगा के भी किया है क्योंकि जीके मैंने बहुत अच्छी तरीके से नहीं पढ़ा था, बट स्टिल आई मैनेज्ड एनीवे. सो दिस इज अबाउट द वीडियो. आप शेयर कीजिए आपका कितना मार्क्स आ रहा है, रॉस को कितना आ रहा है, ठीक है. और मैं बता सकता हूँ कि इस पोस्ट बहुत बढ़िया है, लेवल 6 एंड लेवल 7 का पोस्ट है. सो सैलरी इज क्लोज टू लाइक 50,000 का करीब सैलरी है. तो सैलरी इज प्रीटी गुड एंड द पोस्ट इज क्वाइट गुड. एंड आप शेयर कीजिए आपका कितना मार्क्स आ रहा है, ठीक है. थैंक यू.